Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. I am Jonglo. Right next to me, we have Fernando Diaz making his MMA debut.
Sir.
And how old are you, Fernando?
I'm 19.
19 years of a young age. Now let's introduce you to all the MMA fight fans out there. Where are you coming from, Fernando? What got you into martial art? And let's go.
I come from House Fernando Diaz. It's a little town, a little bit south of San Francisco. What really got me into MMA was at a young age, started doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu down with Rob Castillo, his dojo, and just growing up down there, seeing all the great fighters that have come out of his gym, it's really inspired me to jump in the cage.
Are you born and raised in House Fernando?
Yes, sir.
So I'm assuming you know how to serve, right?
Yeah, somewhat.
Somewhat. Everybody come from House Fernando. It's like serving and, you know, water specialized, you know. So how old were you when you started the training jiu-jitsu?
I was 10 years old.
10 years old. And then are you a blue belt now? Or?
I'm blue belt, yes.
You're blue belt. So how long have you been a blue belt?
I've been a blue belt for about 4 years now.
4 years now. Wow. So you've been a blue belt since 15?
Yes, sir.
Oh, wow. Do you compete in jiu-jitsu tournaments?
Not as often anymore. I've been wrestling for a long time, so that took up a lot of my time. So for most of the time I've been a blue belt, I've been wrestling either in high school or collegiate.
Nice. Okay, so you got some good wrestling background in high school. And how many years? You 1 or 2, 3?
I have 6 years of wrestling.
6 years of wrestling. Oh, that's pretty awesome, you know. Now, who is your idol in the UFC fighter?
My idol right now, you can't deny somebody like Michael Chandler. He's definitely an all-time great. He's an entertainer for sure.
You think he's gonna fight Conor McGregor? I think that fight might actually gonna go down though.
I hope so. I really hope so. I think it'll be a really interesting fight.
Big money fight. Who are you going for?
I want Michael to win, but if it's the same Conor from a few years ago, it's gonna be tough to put him down.
That's true. Well, that's one fight, very classic. You know, striker versus. Well, not really a grappler, more like a wrestler, you know, so depends. But, you know, Conor's a little taller, longer, so have some advantage on that department. So we'll see how that fight's going to go down. I would like to see Conor get back into fighting. Now, talk about yourself, Fernando Diaz. Born and raised in Half Moon Bay. You've been doing jiu-jitsu for, God, almost a decade, huh?
Yes, sir.
That's pretty awesome. So now, what really want to trigger you once to actually get into the cage and fight?
I mean, like I said earlier, like it's just a lot of seeing these guys that have come up before me. We have Emilio Bautista, Ed Ray, and then Evan Marshall, Adam Piccolotti. He's a big one. He fights for Bellator right now.
Yeah.
Right. All these guys are just coming in and out of the gym. Right. It just makes me want to train more and get better and see if I can get to that next level.
Now, do you follow up the Bay Area MMA scene?
Not as much as I should, but I definitely know a few.
So now you are fighting at 145 pounds on this upcoming fight. What do you walk around weight right now?
I walk around like 160-ish, 160, 155.
So you're not really make a big cut?
Not a big cut, no.
Do you ever think about someday cut down to even 135?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely after this one? So have you ever been to our event before?
Yes, one time ago.
Long time ago?
Yes, sir.
This one's much bigger. This one's actually in Cal Palace. So it's going to be, the spotlight's bigger. We have a Tremble Trums. We have a huge plasma TVs and instant replays and all the fancy stuff on this one. So it's going to be the biggest regional MMA promotion in California. It's going to be about, I would say, 25 to 28 fights going down on that day. You got about 14 amateur, 12, 13 pros, huge stack card night. You're probably going to make a statement. Now, you are fighting a guy that have 2 fights already against Joshua Rivas. What do you think of him?
I've seen a little bit of him, right? I think he's a great competitor, but I don't think there's a lot that he shows right now that can top my game, at least from what I've seen.
Do you think you're going to tick him down and then just grind him from there, or you can stand up with him?
I think I'll definitely look for the takedown, see how much I can get out of the ground, but I definitely want to test myself on the feet, see how far I've come, at least in my striking.
Now, amateur fights, only 3 2-minute fights. 3 2-minute rounds, and 3 rounds. Time goes by really fast. So you really have to get on as soon as the bell rings, and then that's going to be interesting. Have you done any kind of a wrestling competition?
Yes, I've been wrestling and competing for a long time.
So you have some experience in not going to be butterfly and nervous in front of a crowd?
No, I'm excited.
You're excited.
Yeah, I'm ready.
You turn into another monster when the crowd's cheering for you.
I hope so, yes.
You got brothers, sisters?
Yes, I have an older brother and a younger sister.
Are they all into martial art?
My older brother is also looking to fight soon here, so maybe you got another Diaz coming in. But my
Oh,
little
that's
sister
pretty
not so
awesome.
much.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Man. What weight is your brother at?
He's walking around maybe like 195 right now. Maybe he's looking to fight at maybe 185, 170.
Nice. Now, how old is he?
He is 23.
23 years old. 4 years ahead of you, huh?
Yes, sir.
That's pretty awesome. Now, what do you do for, are you going to college now? Are you working? Or what do you do for work?
Right now, I'm working for a plumbing company. So.
Plumber Indian. Good trade. That's a good trade. You never have to worry about no job on that trade. That's pretty awesome. You know, what do you see yourself in fighting? Like I know it's kind of hard for you to predict that. You haven't even had a first fight yet. So you see yourself like making a career out of this, or like one of those things, kind of test run to see how things play out.
I'm looking to test, but for sure, if I can make a career out of this, I definitely want to. It's definitely been my dream for a long time.
Yes, I know. Raul's been have some tough guys coming out of this gym, and a lot of guys all pretty much start on my platform, and to get him all the way up, you know. And Adam was amateur on my show, pro on my show, and he got signed by Bellator, you know, Sam Timko, and you got quite a bit of a good names that been Raul for so long, and even Raul himself on my show too. So it's kind of awesome to see the next generation and coming up, and this is going to be the first interview for your first amateur fight. And years down the line, this is going to be the interview become a history of whatever you in the UFC. I'll be like, hey, that's the kid back in the day, 19 years old, make his MMA debut on my show. Now, this event is fighting under the banner of First Round Fights. That's a big promotion. Used to be the URCC, and then they split, and now they create their own brand. So it's going to be a big platform. You know, it draws a lot of eyes. It's going to be a pay-per-view event. Anyone cannot make it to the event, they actually can buy the pay-per-view voucher, watch the event live on DragonHouseMMA.com. Now, if you're watching your opponent, what do you think you have significantly advantage on Josh Weaver?
I definitely think I have a huge wrestling and grappling advantage against him. From what I've seen, I think I can definitely push him up against the cage and take him down kind of I will.
So, do you ever think about size difference? Because I look at Josh, he might be a little bit taller and a little bit bigger person, you know. What do you think of that?
I've been dealing with the size difference my whole life, especially wrestling. From a young age, I've been super underweight, always a tinier guy, always in the gym being a smaller dude. It's just something that I always experience, so it's definitely not a big deal to me anymore.
Now, you're only 19, you're probably still growing, your body's still kind of filling out a little bit. So a couple years down the line, it will be interesting to see what your body turning into, you know, whether you're going to get a little bigger, like a bigger 145er, or you want to trim down, you know, will be interesting to see. Now, if people want to get a hold of you, to buy a ticket, come watch a new fight, support you, how can people contact you?
They can reach me on Instagram at hnb.nando.
hnb.nando. And you have Facebook, Snapchat, and all that?
I do not have a Facebook, but I do have a Snapchat.
Okay. How people can check out your stuff?
It'll also be at hnb.nando.
hnb.diaz.
Nando. N-A-N-D-O.
N-A-N-D-O. That's pretty awesome. Now, do you have any special loved one, training partner, coaches, supporters, or sponsors that you want to shout out to?
I definitely want to give a shout out to everyone in my family, especially my older brother, Juan Ramon. Right, he's always been a big support. Sammy, Nico, always in the gym with me all the time. Raul to even bring me into it, right? And my entire wrestling team that I've been coaching up at the high school, right? Love you guys. Wouldn't be able to without you.
That's pretty awesome. Now, if your opponent, Joshua Riva, watching this interview, what do you have to say to him?
Well, I hope you show up on August 19th because I'm ready for a good fight.
Let's put on for any other prediction, how you gonna win?
I'm hoping for a stoppage, but short rounds kind of make it difficult to predict.
Yeah. So going to all 3 rounds, not bad to get some experience in the cage too. Yeah. All right. So now, for more information about this upcoming fight card, first round fight, August 19th in the heart of Davis City, borderline San Francisco, Cow Palace. Making sure you guys check out DragonHouseMMA.com. We are going to update the fight card pretty soon. So far today, we are a June 17th. And we already have a little over 20 fights booked on the card. We are adding a few more fights on the card, so make sure you decide, stay tuned. Anyone want to hop on the card, DM me on IG, dragon_house_MMA, and follow me on Instagram, and please subscribe my YouTube channel. Give me some love and support. And our last event of the year is November 11th, back to Keysar Pavilion. Maybe have you fight again, November 11th, if you come out clean. So, anyway, any last word you want to say to anybody out there?
Just come out and watch me on August 19th. I'll be working some magic.
Now, you're 19 years old, young age, gonna be a professional cage, or legitimately become a cage fighter. You have a street fight before?
No, not street fights.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You know, a lot of people always say like, oh, I got a lot of street fights, this and that. Well, you know, it's different. This is a lot more strategically and strategy, professionally trained. That's awesome to see another gentleman step into the cage, become an MMA fighter that don't have a street fight. So I'm assuming you knocked the bully, and that's awesome. I'll see you guys August 19th. I'm Jung Lo signing out. Good to have Fernando Diaz officially making his MMA debut. Come support, shout out to him, get a ticket from him, show him some love. I'll see you guys August 19th. Thank you, brother.
Thank you.